Well, it's interesting in Australia with all the new gun laws. It seems to be working. Yeah, it seems to be working.
Good evening. Police have opened fire on two men accused of repeatedly ramming their patrol car in a wild showdown in the driveway of a Dandenong motel.
A chance encounter with a stolen car triggered the confrontation, which ended with one of the officers in hospital.
Detectives fearing for their lives. Their unmarked Ford Ranger being rammed. Police
now, I'd love to know what the authenticity of these, or what ethnic group they're from. I don't think they'd be Australian. I'd be very surprised if they're Australian, just a normal civil Australian. There's a policeman with his gun drawn. Oh well, let's see what happens.
Opened fire on two men in a stolen Jeep at the entrance to a Dandenong motel. An officer desperately tried to get to the driver before he surrendered, lucky to have dodged the bullets.
Oh, hang on, no.
Spotted the Jeep with stolen plates.
He looks like he looks like a normal white bloke. Just let me back up a bit. He looks like a normal. And look at why there's so many women police. What's going on in our country?
Bullets. Detectives had spotted.
Oh, they've given it to him. Oh!
Around 8 last night, followed it into the motel car park and cornered it.
It flew through the car park at 100 mile an hour, and then we heard pretty loud bangs.
They were desperate to escape.
Look at that.
The police car
pretty
gone
bad.
away, blocked them off, but they've rammed into it, reversed back, and tried to get out again, pushing the police car. They've
pretty
done that
bad.
about 2 or 3 times.
It's extremely reckless, very dangerous. Our members felt that their lives were in immediate danger.
So they started shooting.
Just down there like a normal.
Oh no, where's this guy from?
Really quick shot.
It's just bang, 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 and then, get on the ground, and then, 3 or 4 bullet shots rang out.
She can't make people put their camera away.
Motel guests ran towards the commotion.
There was kids riding their scooters in the car park just minutes beforehand.
They shot the car wheels.
What's wrong with these people? Like, look at these people. Come off it. Come off it. They don't look normal or like they've looked after themselves or any of that.
They crashed straight into the wall.
The detective who was driving the Ranger suffered a laceration to his head during the repeated collisions and was taken to hospital for treatment. But both officers are back at work today. Witnesses grateful for decisive police action.
If they're using their car as a deadly weapon, I do think it's justified.
Yeah,
Police
absolutely.
say they found a machete in the Jeep. The accused driver.
Oh, machete. So, Jacinta Allen's machete bins was a waste of so many millions of dollars.
Aged 18 from Seaford and his accused passenger, aged 38 from South Melbourne, have been charged.
All in Melbourne, as usual.
Paul Dowsley, 7 News.
So I just want to get the details just there on the end there.
Police say they found a machete in the Jeep. The accused driver, aged 18 from Seaford, and his accused passenger, aged 38 from South Melbourne, have been charged. Paul.
Righto, let's see if we can find some more.
Police have opened fire after a car was allegedly driven at them in Melbourne's southeast, with one officer injured. Live now to Christina Hearn. Good morning to you, Christine. This all started when a police van was rammed.
Jane, this all unfolded just after 8 o'clock last night. So police first spotted a Jeep with allegedly stolen plates along the Princess Highway in Dandenong. Now, a police van has followed it, pulled alongside it and next to a motel. That is when the police van was allegedly rammed. Those officers have gotten out. The occupant, the Jeep, has then driven at those officers at speed. That is when the officers have opened fire at the Jeep. 2 shots hitting that Jeep, but the occupants inside were uninjured. A 38-year-old and an 18-year-old man were taken into custody.
Good evening. Police have fired 2 gunshots at a van after they were rammed in a Dandenong North car park this morning. Mimi Becker reports the offending driver managed to escape as onlookers watched in shock.
The offending driver managed to escape? Hang on a sec. Is this
2
the
bullet
right?
casings in a damaged police car, a 7-Eleven car
No,
park.
wrong story. Sorry, viewers.
Detectives have opened fire on 2 suspects accused of stealing a vehicle and ramming a police car in Melbourne's east. Multiple shots rang out and at least 1 suspect was pistol whipped as police arrested 2 men and seized weapons including a machete.
Mayhem at a motel in Dandenong.
A machete.
An armed officer, weapon drawn, demanding
Good
the
on him.
exit a stolen car. When the driver didn't move, the officer took matters into his own hands. About 8 p.m, detectives tracked a stolen Jeep into the Comfort Motel at Dandenong when the Jeep driver attempted to ram his way out.
They've tried to get out, the police car's gone in the way, blocked them off, but they've rammed into it, reversed back and tried to get out again, pushing the police car. They've done that about 2 or 3 times. Flew through the car park at 100 mile an hour, and then, we heard pretty loud bangs.
Detectives fired several shots into the vehicle.
The firearm was produced and discharged with a view to defending the member who had the firearm and also his colleague.
None hit the suspects, who were arrested a short time after.
It's extremely reckless, very dangerous. It put the community at risk.
Also at risk, 1 officer who was injured as a result of the ramming.
That member has sustained a laceration to his head. He was taken to hospital that night and treated.
A 38-year-old South Melbourne man and an 18-year-old from Seaford were charged with multiple offences.
Well, they're white people, so they're not of some kind of darker persons or ethnicity.
Including aggravated intentional exposure of an emergency worker to risk by driving, theft of a motor vehicle and possessing a prohibited weapon. People staying at the motel said children were playing in the area at the time gunshots rang out. The incident has now been referred to the Professional Standards Command, which is common practice when an officer uses their firearm in the line of duty.
Now to another story with guns.
Oh, good evening. We have further disturbing developments tonight. The man accused of shooting dead 3 people at Lake Cargellico, including his pregnant former partner, was on bail for domestic violence charges.
There you go. There you go. So there could be some kind of affair or triangular problem here, relationship triangulation or something.
A massive manhunt is underway for 37-year-old Julian Ingram, with more than 100 police officers on the ground right now hunting for him. 24-year-old Sophie Quinn, heavily
Looks like an Aboriginal.
pregnant, expecting a baby boy in March, shot dead while driving along with a friend. Their car riddled with bullets, its windows shot out. Their final moments must have been terrifying. And police believe the horror was at the hands of Sophie's ex-partner, Julian Ingram.
Yeah, something's happened. Some kind of triangulation, jealousy, this kind of thing.
No one deserves this, but especially not them. Like, they were my age. They were just kids.
The carnage unfolded in the tiny country town of Lake Cargellico. 4:20 p.m. yesterday, police were called to Bacara Street. Someone was firing into Sophie's car. They arrived to find her and her friend John Harris inside the vehicle.
John Harris isn't her friend. John Harris is possibly her new lover. This is a triangulation problem. They're not going to come out with that, but that's what's happened. It's a jealousy attack.
Both fatally wounded. Minutes later, further gunshots were reported at a home on Walker Street, where Sophie's aunt, Nerida Quinn, was shot and killed. 19-year-old Caleb McQueen was also shot but survived.
Yeah, probably because they possibly knew what was going on and didn't let the ex-boyfriend know, and he feels betrayed. And this is what's happened.
This is CCTV from a neighbour's house of that moment. A ute pulls into their driveway. Gunshots ring out, and as quickly as the vehicle arrives, it leaves. Police claim the man behind the wheel was Julian Ingram, who has never held a firearms licence.
At this stage, unfortunately...
So that tells you a lot about all these new gun laws and this, that and the other. If these killers and terrorists and things like that want to get these weapons, they'll be able to get the weapons. It's not going to be an issue for them.
Been able to allocate our offender, and we are still continuing the process.
More is becoming known about the 37-year-old. On November 30, police granted Julian bail on domestic violence charges after being accused of assaulting Sophie around the time they separated.
Okay, so it's a big relationship breakdown, and I'd say Sophie's friend, new lover, he's just gotten involved in something that's ended up costing him his life. And a lot of men do this. They come to the rescue of women that have possibly ruined their relationship, or it's disintegrated, and this is probably a more violent way of being on the end of interfering in something that you shouldn't.
He's also facing driving charges. He was later hit with an apprehended domestic violence order, banning him from contacting Sophie or getting within 100 metres of her. That decision...
Okay, so he was put in a situation where there obviously wasn't going to be resolve or closure, and he couldn't take it. And there's thousands of men going through this. I'm not saying he's justified in doing what he's done, but a lot of this trouble's caused through unresolved and failure of closure.
To grant bail, set to be heavily scrutinised.
The offender was on police bail initially. 3 days later, he went before the court, and the court saw fit to continue the police bail. In the time that he has been on bail, he has complied with every condition, and police have checked on him multiple times.
Julian worked for the local council in the gardening team. Police say he fled the town in a council-branded ute. Lake Cargelligo today ghostly quiet, shops shuttered, and residents urged to stay indoors.
Pretty scary. Yeah, I suppose we were supposed to go to work this morning, so decided to just stay home instead, make sure, family's safe.
As the hunt for a killer continues.
There is police almost on every corner in Lake Cargelligo at the moment. Again, our process will put us in a best position to locate.
He's not going to kill anybody else. He's solved his problem as far as he's concerned. I wouldn't say it was the right way about going about it, but he's put closure on whatever was tormenting him. He ain't going to kill anybody else. He might have a shootout with the police. That's all that's going to happen with this bloke.
This offender as soon as possible.
And Zoe Martin is in Lake Cargelligo for us now. Zoe, it's still an active search. What's happening on the ground there at the moment?
Kari, there's still a huge police presence here. Emergency services still pouring in. As you can see behind me, the RFS is literally setting up camp. They're here for the long haul, whatever it takes to find Julian Ingram.
When you think about it, there's something missing in the way in which the police force, right across the board, has difficulty in finding these people on the run. I don't think they ever found Desi Freeman. Did they find Desi Freeman? No, they never found Freeman. They might not find this guy. They're pretty, given the technology and everything else that's going on, why do they have so much difficulty finding these people, particularly out there in the West?
You said earlier he was last seen leaving the town yesterday afternoon in a council ute. It's understood he didn't have GPS tracking. Police confirming today that he could actually survive in the bush for some time. He grew up in the area and he was also a local, worked at the local council. But as for residents here, the lockdown is now over, but residents are being urged to stay indoors, only leave their homes for essential items or services.
See, that's just creating unnecessary fear. The guy's not interested in killing anybody else. He's fixed the problem, the relationship problem or the separation problem, and he'll just try and stay free now, but they'll probably get him eventually. I'll see you on the next one, viewers.
Let's get straight to Emily Saunders, who is in Lake Cargelligo.